Welcome back to episode 4 of Gleefully Grumpy Podcast, a podcast where we complain responsibly about the frustrations of modern life through humor, reflection, and conversation. This week's podcast is sponsored by voice canceling headphones and mocha lattes. Wait a minute. Don't you mean noise canceling headphones? No, voice canceling headphones. I don't want to hear anyone. Okay then. Social media feels exhausting lately. That's because you're on social media. That's not reassuring. Fortunately, I've consulted an expert. You consulted an expert? I found her wandering a university hallway, and I felt sorry for her, so I invited her onto today's show. I was not wandering the hallways. I was presenting a lecture. Close enough. Donna, please introduce your guest. Okay. This is Dr. Ruth Brenwick from the Canadian Centre for Mild Exasperation. Oh my, no! You need to trill the R in Ruth. Never mind. Just call me Dr. Brenwick. Okay, Dr. Brenwick, what do you research? My research focuses on social media, modern life, and how technology shapes our everyday experiences. So basically, everything I complain about. In broad terms, yes, finally, peer-reviewed complaining. Oh, splendid sense of humor, Donna. Dr. Brenwick, have you done any research about social media and algorithms? I've noticed that 1 minute I'm looking at vacation photos, the next minute someone is explaining why society is collapsing. Yes, research suggests that negative and emotionally charged content tends to attract attention, and engagement-based algorithms may further amplify that content because people are more likely to click, comment, react, or share it. The algorithm believes these are related events. Users and platforms influence one another in complex ways. So, if we're training it to show us negative content, is there a way to untrain it? To a certain degree. Algorithms learn from our repeated behavior. So, how do we stay grounded when the algorithm is constantly competing for our attention? Well, remember that your attention is valuable. The algorithm is constantly competing for it. Make sure you spend some of your attention on things that are physically present in your own life, like your relationships, your community, your creative pursuits, and the natural world around you. Spend time in the natural world. You have heard of mosquitoes? Yes? Then you understand my hesitation. Well, also, Jessie, research on digital well-being suggests being intentional about your online environment. Consider muting or unfollowing accounts that consistently leave you feeling distressed. Engage more often with content you genuinely find useful or enjoyable, and limit passive scrolling and create small barriers, such as turning off notifications. I create passive-aggressive barriers all the time. That's not what I meant. It works. People stop talking to me. I prefer the quiet. Dr. Brenwick, please continue. So while individuals cannot control the entire system, they can influence what they encounter online by making deliberate choices about how they engage with it. That's like bringing a pool noodle to a tsunami. A tsunami is not taking notes on your behavior. Yet, Donna, that's not helping. Dr. Brenwick, does social media seem louder because certain voices get amplified? That's part of it. But many people are also carrying more stress than they realize. When we're tired or anxious, the noise feels even louder. So, the internet isn't entirely the problem. No, it's the combination of the environment and how much capacity we have left to deal with it. That's reassuring. Maybe I don't need to keep up with every opinion on the internet. Now I need emotional insight. Oh, great. More work. So, Dr. Brenwick, how do we know when social media is starting to affect our mental health? I'm so glad you asked that question. Definitely one of the simplest things people can do is curate their feed intentionally. If we repeatedly click or comment on upsetting content, we're likely to see more of it. If a particular account is consistently leaving you feeling angry or drained, consider muting, unfollowing, or limiting your exposure. Your feed is not a public utility, it's your environment. Ah, yes, the Marie Kondo method. Thank you for your service. Now get out of my feed. Okay, so I need to cut my clicking on certain news stories. But I've also met some wonderful people online. That's how they lure you in. Both things can be true. And Jessie, just because something is getting a lot of attention doesn't mean it's the most important thing happening. Yes, the internet reacts like every small thing is a national emergency. When a favorite TV show gets canceled, suddenly it's civilization is collapsing. And then there are notifications. Half the time I accidentally tap one, and suddenly I'm in Messenger when I never meant to open it. Consider turning off non essential notifications. It adds to the overwhelm. Then how will I know if someone is wrong on the internet? Donna? I think you'll survive, Donna. Another tip is to engage deliberately with social media before you open an app. Ask yourself what you're looking for before you log in. My answer, dopamine. Pay attention to how you feel after spending time online. It's valuable information. If you're angry and exhausted after being online, then try to be more deliberate with what you're consuming. Just think of algorithms as hot sauce. What does that mean? It adds a little flavor. Too much ruins dinner. Then you're up at 2 a.m. regretting your choices. Hi. Thanks for joining us and sharing your insights with us, Dr. Brenwick. Oh, it's been a pleasure. And remember, if your social media feed is making you miserable, that's feedback. Thank you for listening, and thank you for complaining responsibly.